I feel like I'm not good enough. I'm out of place. Everyone here around me seem to be doing way better than me. They seem to have it all. They seem to have it figured out for them. But me? I'm just behind. I'm just struggling all the time. Yet it seems so easy for other people. Why am I struggling and they're not? Why is the world unfair? Why am I crying every night trying to figure out how to do this and yet for them it's literally so easy?
And cut! Whoa, that was quite a dramatic inner monologue, and that's basically what I'm gonna yap about. Well, not yap, talk about in this video. Imposter syndrome. So, imposter syndrome is basically when you compare yourself to others so much that you feel like you're kind of out of place, you feel like you're not enough, and you feel like everyone around you are better than you. I realized that a lot of young people, teenagers, young adults, just like both of us, we experience this a lot. But we kind of just think that this is the default kind of emotion, that we don't really dig too much deep into it. So I'm a college student at a STEM school, and in my school, I can definitely tell, okay, I can see the vibes. People experience this imposter syndrome so much, and that's why I made this video. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, I noticed that you can kind of divide this imposter syndrome into three categories. First of all, you're jealous of someone who's younger than you. Imagine yourself, you're, let's say, 17, and then you have a friend who is 15, but then that friend is way more talented than you in the violin. Of course, you're gonna feel like,
What the heck? She's 15 and I'm 17? Why is she better than me? That's unfair.
that's one type. Second type, you have imposter syndrome towards someone of the same age as you. So someone in your grade, in your class, they may be really good at coding, let's say, but for you it takes quite some time to understand the code. And then you're like,
Wait, we're supposed to be in the same class, like on the same level? Then why are we different in the speed of understanding it?
I'm totally not speaking based on experience, by the way. That's the second. And the third one, more interestingly, it's when you feel that towards someone who's older than you. So let's say you're talking to an upperclassman and that person is very accomplished. Like, let's say you're a freshman year at college and that person is a third year and they have already gotten an internship at Amazon. And then you think to yourself, by the time I'm a third year, I will have to already have an internship at Amazon too. Oh my god, like, literally, imposter syndrome is like everywhere. You really can't control it. So, because it is everywhere, I just want to share with you some of the things that I try to remember and I try to tell myself whenever I get consumed by these feelings of insecurity, envy, and jealousy. First things first, this is for those of you who are jealous of people in your school, your class, or your university. Remember this. You are all in the same place. You are all in the same school, in the same class, like literally at the same place.
But then this person has been coding since they're 5 years old, and I've only been coding since like 5 weeks ago.
But isn't that cool? Think about it. You're in the same room as someone who have been coding since they're 5. You're actually capable to be in the same room with someone as cool as that. I think that's really cool, and that's what I just try to tell myself every time I think of those really abnormal, super smart, genius people in my class. So this person is way more inherently talented than the other person. However, they both are in the same place. How does this happen? Only one way, okay? The talented person's starting line is a little bit ahead compared to the average person's starting line. It can only mean that the average person has taken more footsteps compared to the talented person. So, if that's you, that means that you have learned more lessons. You have taken more footsteps. Instead of just having one step, you have taken two. And I think that is something that you should applaud yourself for. There's this quote that my dad always tells me. If you're the smartest person in a room, then you're in the wrong room. So I guess it kind of translates the other way around, right? If you're the dumbest person in the room, you're kind of in the right room, even though it really sucks to feel like the dumbest person in the room. Think about it this way. If a lot of people in the room are smarter than you, that can only mean that there's a lot more to learn from all those people, right? Because if you're like the smartest person in the room, that means you're not really growing. There's not really anyone in the room that you can take inspiration from. That is gonna make you feel very content, which is, it feels good, but it's actually not good. It's like sugar. Sugar tastes really good, but too much of it isn't good. I need to stop eating insomnia cookies because I'm gaining weight, low-key. This brings me to my second point, which is, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. It's good that you feel insecure. Yeah, it's good. Why? Because there might be people who never really feel insecure, they never really envy others, they're very content with themselves. Too much to the point that they don't even think they should grow themselves. So, if you feel insecure, that means that you have room for growth. Because those people who never really feel insecure, they might be stuck in this fixed mindset of thinking,
I'm built this way, so I won't change myself.
but the fact that you look up to other people, wishing that you're more like them, it only means that you want to see yourself growing to be better. I don't know, I guess it's just a mindset, but I think you can kind of see it as a positive trait. Because you really don't want to be the type of person who just doesn't want to change and grow at all, right? Especially at this age. Like, how old are you right now? I'm pretty sure you're also pretty young right now. Or even if you're older, we're all humans and we're all born to grow. So remember this, insecurity means there is a room for growth. 3. This is kind of like an Indonesian saying, but it translates to, life is like a wheel. Sometimes you're on top and sometimes you're at the bottom. Some people might be on top. Oh my god, please brain. I'm 19. I'm a grown adult. Anyway. Oh, let me just like say it in terms of seasons instead of like top and bottom because that's just weird. Anyway, some people might be in their summer season. They're blossoming, they're going all out, they're hustling, working hard, getting that internship, getting straight A's. But then at the same moment, you might be in your winter season. You kind of just wanna chill all day, watch TV, spend time with your friends, with your family, not really want to do anything productive. That's perfectly fine. When you're comparing yourself to others, think again. Ask yourself, am I comparing my down to their up? Am I comparing my winter to their summer? My rock bottom to their highlight reels? Because more often than not, you probably are. Like, based on experience, I usually only compare myself to other people when they're at their highs and when I'm at my lows. So that's really an unbalanced and unfair and illogical comparison to do. There will always be a period where everyone will want to die. Like, maybe not literally, like they reach rock bottom, they cry, they feel really down. Maybe it's at school, maybe it's at life, at work. Everyone will face that eventually. You just never know when other people are facing that. Because obviously, no one's posting their rock bottoms online, right? You are like a wheel. Sometimes you're at summer, and sometimes you're at winter, or spring or autumn, 4 seasons. And fourthly, last but not least, this is what I try to tell myself whenever I feel jealous of things that others have and I don't, but it's kind of out of my control. The grass is always greener on the other side, and I will never know that because I am never on the other side. So let me tell you something. I'm an only child, and I have always been sort of jealous whenever I see siblings or whenever I hear people talk about their siblings. Because, like, I want to have a connection with someone close to my age who, share the same parents as I do, right? Like, isn't it a normal thing to want? But I never know how it feels like to have a sibling. People with siblings might have problems that only children don't have, and likewise, only child will also have like a problem that people with siblings don't, and I guess it balances it out. So I don't know what the other side is like. I don't know what it's like to have a sibling. So maybe instead of being jealous, I should just be grateful. I have my parents' attention to myself. Anyway, another scenario. John versus Jack. John is a very diligent student. He gets straight A's, he got an internship, he reads a lot of books. Jack is an active football player and a guitarist in a band and also a student. John is jealous of Jack for being able to balance his extracurriculars with school. Jack is jealous of John for staying on top of his school and workload. Now let me ask you, who's better? Yup, the answer is none of them are better than the other. So the grass is not really greener on the other side. It's the same color, but then because you just don't really know what the other side is like, you think that is greener. That is what I tell myself. But what if, even after you hear me yap those 4 points, you still think,
I'm still worse than the person that I'm jealous of. The person is better than me in everything.
back again to points number 2 and 3. Point number 2. When you feel insecure, that means that there is room for growth. So ask yourself, what is it exactly that you're insecure of?
Is it their talent in a certain area? Is it their work ethic? Is it their motivation, drive, passion, sense of humor, personality?
There's a long list, so journal it, figure it out, and then you can create an action plan on improving on that certain aspect that you feel insecure of. The point number 3 connection. You're in different seasons of life. Gosh, that person that you're jealous of is in their summer season and you're probably in your autumn or winter season, so it's an unfair comparison. You're only seeing others on the surface. It's like cake. You only see the surface. You don't see what's inside. Maybe it's chocolate cake, maybe it's not chocolate cake. That's a weird analogy, by the way. I kind of want to eat cake now. Anyway, you only see people from the surface most of the time. Everyone will be presented with their own unique individual set of difficulties. So, I guess that's life. Everyone feels imposter syndrome at some point. Maybe they don't, but then again, that probably means that they haven't found the thing that they want to grow in yet. Or maybe they're super arrogant that they think they're the best and they have a god complex. Or maybe they're actually really content. Maybe they have already felt years of feeling imposter syndrome, but then they found a way to be content and happy with themselves. Well, that is the dream life. That's like my goal. Hopefully one day, we are all growing, we're all in this together. So it's completely human to feel these emotions. It's valid. Just remember, when you feel jealous of other people, it does not make you a bad person. It makes you human. Just like me, I'm also human.
Actually, no, I'm AI.
Just kidding. Well, hopefully this video helps. If you want to chat with me more, feel free to comment down below, or you can chat with me on Instagram. I don't really mind either way. See you!